But failure does not get the final word inside of our lives. And number 3, storms of finality. Death stands before us and asks, and this is the hardest one because it's the one that I see the most inside the world, inside the church, is when we have to say goodbye to a loved one. When we have the endings and when we're having to go to the graveyards to say and visit our families. These are things that are constantly over our heads. But death stands before us and asks, why heal if we're going to die? Why love if we still lose? Why live at all? Those are real questions that a lot of people are facing this morning. There's a lot of questions within our communities nowadays. We see on the news time and time again some of the tragedies that are going on in our nation. But there's a 6 hours that changed everything. And this is what I want you to be able to go to the highways and to the byways this week, to the people reminding them of something that happened. From about 9 in the morning until that late afternoon, heaven seemed silent and hell seemed loud. The crowd mocked, the soldiers gambled, the religious leaders congregated and congratulated themselves. As the disciples hid in fear, Jesus was betrayed by a friend, abandoned by his followers, mocked by the crowd, beaten beyond recognition, and nailed to a Roman cross. But what looked like defeat became the greatest triumph in history. And what I mean by triumph, it gives us 3 anchors inside of our lives because of the death and the resurrection of Jesus. Anchor 1, it goes back to that first point that we did just a minute ago. My life, your life, our lives are not futile. You are not an accident. You are not drifting through random circumstances. Look to Ephesians chapter 2 for just a moment in verse 10. It definitely kind of gives us an understanding of who Jesus is in this moment. For we are what he has made us, created in Jesus Christ for good works, which God prepared beforehand so that we may walk in them. Paul tells us contentment isn't found in circumstances, but in Christ.